Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer and welcome back to Conflict Central. This is Prison Architect Alpha 32, my playthrough on a medium-sized map, the map that we started yesterday. Joining me today once again is the convict.
Work.
Who I'm gonna build this prison for, the Devil Risen. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Doomy.
So, yesterday we just built a couple of randomly placed buildings, and I had plans for today, big plans, but I did a little test run of about an hour to see how far I could get within the hour according to my plans. I actually have a Word document written down with what exactly I want to do, and it turns out that within the hour I should be done with this. Well, it's gonna be a very either it's gonna be a very short stream, or we're gonna do even more indeed. So during the last stream, which I also had the unusual pleasure of re-watching because I found myself with a lot of extra time, I noticed I missed a couple of things. First and foremost, the reception does not work. It doesn't have an office desk. Could have sworn I put that in, but I guess I forgot that. So let's immediately get that going. That's one. Also, I noticed that in my utilities, while I was setting up the piping, I missed a little corner pipe down here. And that annoys me. I also don't understand why this particular pipe doesn't have water. No, it does. It's just like... That is always the case with Prison Architect. Every time you load it up, your cells aren't gonna be cells, and your electricity isn't gonna work, and your plumbing isn't going to work. That all needs to have a little time to start up. And with the fact that the reception didn't work, none of my prisoners got any searches done. No, none of my prisoners were searched. So I'm gonna have to do a shakedown later down the line. Let's put it in full speed and then pause it. Let's see, what else did I have in mind to say? Yes, let's talk about the grants that I have going. Currently I am researching the deployments, and I already finished the patrols, which I need. But in order to get to the patrols, I need to have deployment unlocked. So that's what I'm waiting for, and then I can send three guards to a patrol route. Now, what I'll be doing, since that this entire block will be one building, I'm gonna send a guard patrol from here all the way on top of here, and there, and there. So eventually I'll have 4 guard patrols per building here, and I need to hire 10 guards. So I think that we can start off with that. I already have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Voila. Also, last night I ended off having 24 prisoners, and I started the inmate nutrition research, which requires me to have a a single meal for 2 days of low quantity, low variety, and the counter has already gone up a notch. So let me just quickly check if that is correct. Prison policies says that the meal quantity is low, the meal variety is low, and in my regime I see that I only have one time to eat, 2 hours each for the meal. So I'm gonna let this run for 2 days. I also noticed that a lot of YouTubers and Twitch live streamers that I follow, that I know that play or have played this game, don't do this grant, because by the time they figure out that this is something they could have done a lot earlier, it's already too late, because then they have like 50 or 100 prisoners, and the more prisoners you have when you start doing this, the more this danger level is gonna go up, and the more likely it is that during the time that you serve low quantity, low variety meals, that your prisoners will kick off. So I'm not going to do that. Also like to welcome Vasily, Delverison of course, Al Bondi, Dutchy Killer, Kai77789, Phobic Panda, by the way, as I said in the chat earlier, thank you so much for the follow late last night, and Zurreal. Now, there, deployment is done. And I can deploy guards by just saying like, okay, this is the standard thing that is selected. I want to have one guard in the canteen at all times. I want to have one guard in the yard at all times, one in the common room at all times. And now it's time for the deployments. That is this button. So what I said, I wanted to have a guard through here, and through here. And then you just click on the actual green line on one of the squares. And
oh, cool.
You're done.
That's easy.
Yeah. Also, hello Manticore 501 and Chronos. Even controls in the showers. Yeah, of course. So,
yes, patrols in the showers.
Yes. Also, you have a couple of colored squares over here. You've got the shared one. That means that any level of security can enter that place. And since I'm going to have mostly minimum security up first, I'm going to let everything remain shared. I can, of course, designate areas as medium security only, which is the orange square. That would look something like this. Then the blue one is the minimum security, which I don't have, so I'm going to... Then we have the red one. This is maximum security. Yellow is protective custody. The darker red is supermax. Then the black one, which I am going to do right away, staff only. For the areas where, oops, I don't want staff at all. Over there, oops. I guess that isn't locked off properly yet. Oh, because of the fact that there's no building here. Which means that this is probably the same. Yes, indeed. So, in staff only, prisoners won't come themselves. Also, hello Sarah Phoenix. I'm doing well. And then there's the unlocked. I think that is something where, you know, guests can come in. And prisoners will come in, staff will come in. But for now, that. Also something I forgot to do yesterday, I wasn't thinking about that, was that I wanted to have the entrance as a separate zone. So I'm going to place 2 jail doors near the on the inside of the fence over here, just making sure that this is one giant zone. And 10,000 grand completion.
Right.
Probably the the 3 guards on thing. Also, what I wanted to do right away is to start my long-term investment. It's 168 hours. It's quite a lot. I need to pay up 5,000 up front, but I'll get 16,000 back. Total profit of 11,000.
That's not bad.
No, indeed. So, I'm gonna wait until my doors are installed. They are installed in the meantime, so I'm gonna go back into deployment, and as you can see, I can now make the entire entrance area here staff only. And I can now also deploy a guard here. So one guard is going to remain in this area, and he's going to be operating the road gates. Opening, closing them.
Ah. Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Alrighty. So, something else I missed is that if I go to bureaucracy, I have groundskeeping, cleaning, and security. Now, besides unlocking the necessary staff, security unlocks the security chief, groundskeeping unlocks the janitor. No, sorry. Cleaning unlocks the janitor and groundskeeping unlocks the gardener. What I forgot to mention was that security also unlocks the security room. Cleaning unlocks the cleaning cupboard, and the groundskeeping unlocks the forestry room. Now the forestry I'm gonna place over here in the center of the yard eventually. Not now, because right now it doesn't serve its purpose.
Just saying, Vasily's right. Well, once I'm in here, I'm not leaving for a very, very long time.
You're gonna have to sit here for the rest of your sentence, indeed. Now, also, what I noticed was that yesterday I was really worried about the fact that I will be putting a power station in here, in this little corner, and in that little corner. But I was worried about the cables that I need to leave let out, because what I'll eventually do, as I said yesterday, all of the fencing on the outside, that includes these little blocks of fence over here, will be replaced with perimeter walls. Now the problem with perimeter walls is that you can't run pipes or electrical wiring through them.
Well, that does serve to make them a bit stronger, doesn't it?
True. Perimeter walls, you can prisoners can dig through them, only it takes them a lot longer. And if you have perimeter walls, they will try to find the quickest way out that doesn't have perimeter walls, which eventually will literally be just this one little pathway over here and this little pathway over there. But since that is a little too far for the prisoners, they will in fact just start digging out directly underneath the cells, trying to dig through the walls.
Hence why you want to do a double-ringed prison.
Yes. But what I forgot entirely is that I've got a couple of doors here, staff doors.
Whoops.
Which is actually very useful because I can let the wires out through there. Yes! Lucky me. See, that's why you plan things. Because if you forget stuff and you look at it again, then you're going to see the solutions and you're done. So, I think that pretty much covered everything that I wanted to discuss.
What if a prisoner uses ID clip?
Indeed.
Then the prison would not be working effectively.
So, I actually have the list in front of me on my laptop, so I'm just Xing or deleting the lines that I have done already.
Touchy. Yes.
Nutrition grant isn't done yet, so I'll keep that on.
Sorry, Doomy, between Dutchy and Satan. It's cool.
Yeah. Also, last night...
Killer test object smiles.
Yes. Also, last night, I decided that not only this playthrough is going to be Convict Central, there's going to be a little bit of a story behind it. Historically correct. The British Empire has asked the Dutch Empire to help out with dumping the unwanted convicts. And thus it has been decided that Australia, the land of Australia, has been selected to dump them there. Mm-hmm. And that is of course what we're doing.
Dutch East India Company came over.
Yes. Who is the co-commentator? The Devil Risen. The very convict that I'm dedicating this prison to.
Yes.
Yes. Beyond that...
but yes, back to story time.
So yeah, that is basically what's going to happen, since this is going to have a total capacity of over 300 without the expansion. And I've been thinking about the expansion. I still haven't fully decided if I'm going to do it. But I might, because it's going to make the end of the story even more fun.
But yes, the story so far is that the British Empire has enlisted the Dutch East India Company, which is Dutch, to come to Australia to dump the unwanted prisoners. They arrive in Sydney Cove and find an island in the middle of our harbour. And this prison is that island. I'm assuming that's where you're going to me.
No,
Oh,
this entire plot of land, plus the perhaps expansion, is Australia. Why is he getting a prison? He's Australian. He's a freaking convict. He needs to be locked away.
yes.
Right.
Yes, Sarah.
Okay, so that was it for the story time. Now for the goals of today. I have started the long-term investment, and that was pretty much the sole reason why I wanted to do a little test run. I wanted to see if I can do this grant in 2 hours, given that I let the game just go as smoothly as possible. And I can, because I forgot how long it would take in-game. I want to have this entire section built. It's going to have the kennel, the security room, an armory, and the cells for death row. I'm gonna build death row today. I'm gonna finish the solitary wing. I'm gonna deck out the entirety of the yard, minus the center of course, because that will be forestry. I'll be decking out the entire common room, which is over here. I'll be decking out this entire canteen. I'll be building the entire cell block A over here, and I'll most likely end up building this cell block as well, and I might even build this cell block. I want to have the power station over here. I want to fill this power station up with the remaining 12 capacitors. I want to have the visitation area over here done. I want to have the infirmary here done. This is going to be the classroom, which I want to have decked out. This is going to be the chapel, where people can start worshipping their evil overlords in the religion called Doomhism. I want to have the kitchen decked out. This is going to be the laundry, which I want to have decked out. This is going to be the cleaning cupboard, which I only need to have built. It doesn't need anything in it, because it's just an empty room. There's going to be the library, which I want to have
Library.
which I want to have decked out. I want to have the parole room over here decked out, but I'm also going to be decking out this parole room, because I will have, of course, a mirror image of one side over to the other side. I will build the foundation of this entire side, but I won't be decking it out just yet. Then I want to deck out at least this side of the workshop. Not these yet, but I will be having these and these as well. And that should put us at the end of the 2 hour mark. And I also want to do a couple of grants. So I'll be spending a lot of money today, but I'll also be getting a lot of money. Let's get started with the foundations for this cell block at least. Objects, large jail door, facing up. And let that run for a little while. Also, I am gonna be getting at least 64 prisoners, probably more. And I'll be starting the programs, all of them, that I can. And hopefully today, since I am gonna go for death row, and by the way, let's just get that research right away. Costs 10,000 and is done through the lawyer. And it allows me to have a room that isn't blacked out here, but is completely hidden. But once I have death row researched, there's going to be a new orange block popping up somewhere in this area or something. And also there will be a new object here, the electric chair.
Don't you mean the Telsa disco chair? Made in Yugoslavia? TM. From Satan.
Tesla disco chair. In convict Australia, inhabitants have honor to sit in Tesla shaped disco chair-shaped Tesla coil.
Yes.
There we go. Grabbing another large steel door for over here. And I shall be dismantling these 3 jail doors. Oh, not lights actually.
I could direct you to chat for 10 seconds.
Yeah. What's the matter with chat?
God, just read.
Okay. Let me have a look at the chat then. From where? I see... Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll back.
At the bottom. Right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. For new religion, subscribe, money. Don't know the correct translation, excuse me. Oh, wait, the Doomhism. Doomhism, better call the EU or Dutch government for cash funds. You mean that?
The subsidy.
The subsidy, yeah.
Yeah, it was just Dutch's reaction. I didn't know what to say as your mod.
Yeah. Well, it's true, no politics, but I understand it's a joke, so it's okay.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to direct you to that one.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to respond.
Doesn't matter. Let's see. Also, what I'm gonna do is start the governmental security ratings. It's gonna give me 15,000 up front. I'm gonna need 2 dog patrols and 2 armed guard patrols.
Dutchie misread. That's all good, Dutchie.
Yeah.
It's all good.
No worries.
Don't worry, it was just a joke.
No worries. So, I
actually appreciate that joke too, even though, yeah, you want the subsidies for the new religion.
Uh-huh.
Well, you want to have the new religion Doomhism subsidized.
Yeah. So, for dog patrols, I need to unlock dogs, but for that, to begin with, I needed patrols. Luckily, I needed patrols to get the previous security grant, so yay for that. I also need an armory. I need to have that researched.
Yes. You need some guns. Australians are pretty violent people.
Yes. Now, with that being said, what I will be doing right now is build this room. So, and like so. It's that building. It's gonna look very funky, very weird, I know, but trust me, I'm an engineer. Trust me, I'm an engineer. I'm gonna remove those 2 because they're gonna annoy the living flip out of me.
Looks like your guards are having a rave party.
Alright, what?
Sorry, background noise. My mobile decided to get a couple of messages.
Oh,
And
nice.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah, your guards over in that top corner. Looks like they're having a freaking rave party.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. And then I also want to have a door, or a staff door at least, over here. And I need to demolish. To demolish? No, demolish that word. That. Right then. I am constantly gonna switch between full speed and pausing because that's how I like to play. Gonna put walls over here with a little 1 tile gap, I say.
1 tile gap. I say.
No, I actually missed the 1 tile gap and put in the wall, and I was like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So I'll just say like 1 tile gap. I say. I'm gonna put in 2 staff doors here, and let that roll out.
And Roper, if that hammer doesn't doesn't work on it, use a bigger fucking hammer.
If at first you don't succeed, use a bigger hammer. Indeed. Right. Dogs are done. Now with dogs in staff, I can hire dog handlers. I can now, in deployment, set dog patrols.
Sweet.
I have a new room called kennel, which I'm gonna place right here. Some people put the kennel outside and put a little fence around it. I'm putting it inside. And the new object that was unlocked through that is a dog crate. Since I only need two, I'm gonna still be very careful with how I spend my money. I'm gonna do the bare necessities.
Those bare necessities. And sorry, Dutchy, are you trying to be the Dutch MacGyver?
Red square means no building.
Red square means no building. Why no building?
Because that's what the Rise of the Reds construction crane from Russia says. My friend, red square means no building. I think you may need eye test, my friend.
Nice.
So, I've got two dog handlers hired now, and now I need to set them to a patrol route. I'm gonna put one over here, behind the prison, and put the center over there, and one over here, and that is the, oh, sorry, that is the center. Voila! That's that patrol route, or that part of the grant done. Now my dog handlers will just walk over in between, or between this area and that area. As you can see here, the dog handler is just moving along the line, and the same here. Dog handlers will be able to sniff out drugs, but also tunnels and contraband that is thrown over the fence. And if a dog handler or a dog actually catches a tunnel, and the prisoner who's digging is actually physically digging that tunnel, it's going to dig up the tunnel, and it's going to show you the entire length of the tunnel as well. Usefulness. Alright. Armory is now getting researched. That is goody.
Oh, so the dogs can actually show you if there's an escape attempt and a tunnel attempt in progress. Do they?
Indeed, indeed. Now I'm going to go
That's
back
cool.
into the cloning tool. Now that, if I'm not mistaken, I did in fact place the proper pipe down in that corner. I actually don't remember if I did. Yes, I did. And I'm going to finish off this row of cells first, and then later I'm going to be manually building this little block of cells, and then once it's all built, I'm going to clone, and I'll have a capacity of 64. Oops. Now once I have 64 capacity, I'm actually going to bring in 64 prisoners.
Vasily asks, can dog bite prisoner?
I think they can be used to basically like stop prisoners from escaping or like rioting, but you want to use your armed guards for that, to be honest. Oh, what's this? That is some contraband. And as you can see, when a dog handler or a dog finds contraband, it's going to place a flag here. And as you can see, that's quite a distance that it was thrown into the prison. Now, what I'm going to be doing is keeping my eye on if someone is going to pick this up or not. Xados and the 40 prisoners. No. Xados and the 40 Australians.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if it's going to get picked up, but I don't care enough. Right, armory should be done. Now what I also did yesterday, while I did start the patrols and deployment research, was also the contraband research. And the contraband research unlocks the intelligence. Now with the intelligence, shows all the locations around your prison that contraband could be stolen from. So you're gonna see this like in the kitchen. You will see a knife, a fork, a spoon, in an office.
You're gonna
you've
play
got
Knifey Spoony with me?
An office can have a cell phone, booze, cigarettes, and a lighter. Oh. Same over here. Same all over here. And in the staff room they can find a cigarette, lighter, and a cell phone. And then in storage they can find a screwdriver, a saw, an electric drill, and a hammer. Same here, same here, same here. In the visitation area they can find cigarettes, lighter, drugs, booze, and a cell phone. And in the infirmary they can find a needle, poison, medicine, and scissors. And in the morgue apparently they can find scissors and a knife. And Al Bundy is asking, what happens if you will not find the contraband, Doomy? Then the prisoners will go get it and use it, depending on what it is. You can also, given that you have found contraband, see where the contraband of the last 24 hours was found and what the route was that it took. So for instance, if someone brings in contraband as a visitor and it gets into the visitation area, it goes to the prisoner and the prisoner goes back to his cell and then goes to the canteen where it was found. It's going to show you a line from out here into the visitation area, into the cell where it was hidden for a brief moment, into the canteen where it was found eventually. 7 days, that's just gonna like come up with a whole lot of bullshit. And then the confidential informants. Now this is a very important screen for me. Where can they find guns? The armory. And they can actually steal guns. They can also, of course, disarm armed guards if they are like skilled fighters or expert fighters. But this, the confidential informants, is to me the most important. Now, to get confidential informants, you need to have solitary, which I do have. And sometimes a prisoner that is in solitary will say like, okay, if you select this, then you'll have a yellow circle around it saying like, okay, I'm a potential confidential informant, which means that he will go back into your prison and he will start talking to other prisoners, and they're gonna find out, for instance, as you can see, we've got someone with 3 question marks as a reputation. These words besides the prisoners are reputations. You've got your stoical, your tough, your stoical. We had a quick one over here. Another question marks. Then a confidential informant can potentially find out what their reputation is, but they can also find out where contraband is being hidden or where it's gonna come in. Second question, and then what happens? I mean, does it harm your work anyways in game? Well, yeah. I mean, if a prisoner manages to disarm an armed guard and take his shotgun, he can kill the armed guard, and he can actually use that and kind of like just get other prisoners riled up as well and start a little riot. Murders, snitches can be murdered. They can get like cell keys so that can let out other prisoners and just start a massive riot. And then if it goes on too long and you don't control it, it's game over.
Pretty much.
But I've got stuff planned for all the way at the end, and it's gonna be fun, I guarantee it. And I can fit it perfectly in the story as well, of this being Australia and the British Empire working together with the Dutch Empire. So yeah. But you need a security room to have your confidential informants actually share that information with you. So, yeah. But I believe my armory was done? Not yet. Then what was done? That wasn't done yet. That wasn't done yet. Oh well. Let's see. Oh yeah, 32 cells. That means I want to go and build the cells on this side. Just one row of 8 and a little shower block. And I know I didn't put the blueprints out for the exact shape of the cells, but I know exactly how they're supposed to look. There we go. Put the objects in, beds. Gonna be a nice mirror image of the opposite side. So they're gonna face with our heads towards the center. Toilets are gonna be in this little corner area. Rotate it around. I want to have a drain at the edge of the shower. Shower heads all along the back wall, along this wall, along that wall. I'll let it run for a little while.
Shower is fountain?
No, it's a shower head.
Ah, okay. I was just trying to see what view it was from. You know what, it'd be amazing if someone made this game in 3D.
Oh my goodness, that would be brilliant. And that you could actually like have first person view of guards and take control of a guard, for instance.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
We should float the idea on Greenlight.
Yeah, but who's gonna make the game?
I don't know, the creators of Prison Architect.
Prison Architect 3D. Now that I would pay to have. I'm gonna designate these as cells. Designate this as a shower.
8 cells, 13 shower.
And then grab the jail doors.
We need Trench Dog as Staff Sergeant. His voice would do wonders. Yes, it would.
Yes, and it would totally work. Prison Keeper. Dungeon Keeper, but then for prisoners. Voila. Yes. Armory, still not done. Dang it. Well, let's clone this side anyway. Like
How many
so.
showers are you gonna have in there?
Plenty. Too many actually, but that's pretty much okay because this way prisoners will actually have a little bit of extra moving space. And
So you're basically giving a shower to each cell block.
yeah, because like I said yesterday, normally what you would see YouTubers do is like make a room somewhere in the middle of like where I have my canteen, and then have this as a massive shower area, or like a couple of larger but not too big shower areas. But what I like to do is just have like a small cell block with at the very edge a shower, so that the prisoners come out of the cells, immediately head to the shower before going on with the day. Otherwise they would have to walk all the way over to here, get that shower done and such. And in the meantime, my 2 days of single low quantity, low variety meals aren't done yet. We're at 66%. So yeah, that's good. And
Dutchy killer. I'm a ninja. Throw smoke bomb. Me.
I see that.
Al Bundy sends in hoppers. Use his thermal goggles. It was super effective.
No fair.
Sorry, Dutchy.
How about some thermobarics, comrade? Nah. Also, hello, Space Marine. Just waiting until that is done. And look at my cash. I'm almost broke. I'm so broke that I can't even finish this. Oopsie. I went a little
Whoops,
too hard.
Doobie's broke.
I went a little too hard.
Is that all of cell block A? Or have you already... Oh, no, you can't unlock cell block B until another one's done.
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
So let's just like get $2,500 bank loan. Wait a couple of moments. And then within a couple of moments I should be able to get... Ah, perfect. If I'm not mistaken, that is the armory done. I quickly want to have that. Oh. wrong area. This is the area I wanted.
Dutchie's having a freak out.
Thermobarics, daar komen dit. Thermobarics installed. An armory needs a guard locker, which I'm gonna place too, because every armed guard needs his own locker. It needs a weapons rack, which you, by the way, cannot rotate. Grr.
God damn. Need to make rotatable weapons racks.
And needs a table. There.
Guard locker. And what was the other thing?
Guard locker, weapons rack, and a table.
Table.
Yes. You need arms dealers and industrial plant comrade. Da. I think for the next...
I think we're actually going to have an industrial factory in there, aren't we, somewhere?
Yeah, we are. Well, it's not an industrial plant, but we are definitely going to make some license plates. For shizzle. And maybe some nice, luxurious beds. And I think that,
Get
you
some
know...
8 mile action up in those number plates.
And actually, since I'm making this story about Australia and the Dutch Empire and the British Empire, I think that for the next person I'm gonna do on stream, and I don't think I'm gonna do Alpha 33 unless they're bringing in something really interesting, will be a Russian Gulag. Because why not? Alright then. Can I have more money? No, I cannot.
Bunty. That's nasty.
Create a block hackers for the win. Oh. Shit. Well, luckily I still have a positive daily cash flow of 10,000. Or 1100, or yeah, 1100 instead of 10,000, thank you. So it's just like, let this go
And
up.
actually, South Koreans make the best computer tech these days. Just FYI.
Uh-huh. And, oh yeah, so now that I have the armory unlocked, I can research tasers and body armor. That means that
tasers.
That armed guards will have tasers and body armor so that they last a little longer. Oh, we're almost done.
There's something going on.
That was the research done. Death row is done. Not yet.
Damn it.
Not yet. And it's almost...
Evility is surging.
You've seen an execution.
I know. These guys haven't, but...
Maybe they haven't. Actually, some of them
your
have.
gang prisoners doing there?
They're heading over to the yard. It's yard time. Or free time. And they're just gonna go into the yard and like hang around and such. Some of them are going to the common room, watch TV and such.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on super fast. I was wondering.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What happens is that occasionally my dog patrols are active and sometimes they're not because you know, the dog needs to be resting, and that actually takes away the dog patrols. Right! I'm immediately pausing the game because I have served 2 days, 1 meal, low quantity, low variety. And for the completion of the Grand Inmate Nutrition Research, I now need to switch the quantity and variety of the meals to high. I need to go into my regime, give them, instead of 1 meal per day, I need to give them 3 meals per day. However, I will be taking away 1 hour of lunch. I'm gonna give them breakfast 1 hour, lunch 1 hour, and then dinner 1 hour. But they're gonna have a much higher quantity and a much higher variety of food, which should make them a little happier. For 2 days.
And less prone to riot.
For 2 days. Because indeed, the danger level is significantly high.
Ooh, Vasily sees blood.
I can imagine. Yeah, the main complaint is food indeed. Although, it's free time. Is it 11 AM or PM? Let's have a look, see at the regime. It's 11 a.m. So they're gonna go into like meal. Actually, for all intents and purposes, I am gonna keep lunch at 2 hours for now. And when the grant is done, I'm gonna remove 1 hour because the people, the prisoners are cranky at the moment. They're gonna have food in like 2 hours. I can actually maybe do it like so then. Like give them eat. Yeah, they're annoyed. For sure. And while this was going on, you can actually see the danger level decrease because one of their main needs has been met. Doomhammer with regime, like Cartman and authority. Nah. Walk up. I'm gonna wait until it's free time once again, and then I'm gonna remove these 2 hours of food down to here. I just wanted to make sure that their one need was taken care of. I'm gonna make this.
Yes, Vasily, the cleaners look to be on that pile of blood, or pool of blood.
Free time. And there. Cleaners are on top of it indeed. Let's see. Food is still a high priority. Shame that I don't have the money for it. Maybe I can actually borrow some more. Hopefully I can. Yes. $10,000 is what I can borrow. Oh! That's maybe a tunnel. So what I'm gonna do is search cell block. I select an object like the toilet, and then I can search the specific cell, the specific object. I can dump it or dismantle it. If you dismantle it, it's gonna be moved to storage and you can use it later on. If you dump it and you need it again, you're gonna have to buy it. And what I did now is search the cell block, which means that everything within this zone is gonna get searched. I could have also done a shakedown, but I'm not going to. What I apparently do need to do really quick, before I forget, is hire 2 guards. And now that I have armed guards, free fire is enabled. Which means that armed guards, if things go bad, armed guards will go in and shout first, like, guys, stop it. If prisoners don't surrender, the shotguns come out and they're gonna try and not use lethal force, but there's no guarantee that the prisoners don't get killed. What I did want to do is hire 2 more cooks really quick, and in my kitchen I actually want to get 2 more cookers, 2 more fridges, and 2 more sinks. There. And now I'm
your danger level is spiking there.
Yeah, I know. It's food, trust me. So that's why I actually wanted to have more. Oh yeah, in deployment, I now can set up an armed guard patrol. I'm gonna do that around here, here, here. That is 1. And in the yard I'm gonna have the second one. It's gonna go around the lights. That is done, and as soon as the dog handlers are back in action, what's advisable is actually hire 1 more dog handler than you actually need and have more dog crates than you need for the grant, because then it actually just flows over. Like one dog is gonna go take a rest and the other dog takes over, and there's still gonna be one dog out there. There, done. Yay. Right. Now that that is done, I want to break free. I want to break free. I'm gonna finish decking out at least half of the canteen with tables. Benches and 2 extra serving tables, since I've already decked the kitchen out even more. And I am actually gonna grab myself 6 more prisoners. Because for the next 2 grants that I want to do, I need at least 30. And then you also get to see how the thing over here, reception, works. Also, I'm gonna deploy 1 guard in the reception, just because. That was close.
What was close to riot?
Yeah, was not really that comfortable, to be honest. Yeah, let's get started on the security room, since that was also something I wanted to do. The security room is going to have the funkiest shape ever, as it's going to be everything in between the office, this weird room, like so. The security room needs to be at least 4x4. It needs an office desk, a chair, and a filing cabinet. So let's get that done. I'm going to put a chair here. The filing cabinet is going directly next to the chair but facing down. And the office desk right there. That is all that it needs. And as I said earlier, if I have confidential informants, speaking of, let's do a quick shakedown, in which all objects are going to be searched, including the ones in storage, in the workshop if you have them, cleaning cupboards if you have them. All
yeah,
of
considering
the
your first couple of intakes didn't get strip search, it would be a good idea.
Indeed. Also, hello, Coldfire Dragon, I assume? But actually, despite the fact that this may look complete, it's not. There are still 2 items per block that I'm missing. But that'll be done later because I need to research one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I do have, but I'm not going to use just yet. So the security office is done. And here we have someone found drugs. You're going to be sent to solitary for 6 hours. And in 2 hours, or less actually, we're going to have the incoming 6 prisoners.
Yeah, you're gonna want some more guys.
I have 10, you're right. Yeah, but they're busy with the shakedown at the moment, so that's why everyone is busy. But you're right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guards to help him out. Got a guy bleeding here.
Someone had scissors.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. There. And here is the bus that brings in the prisoners. Alright. First, we have probably 1 or 2 prisoners in solitary. So let's see This is what I was talking about. By going into intelligence and then clicking on confidential informants, I have two people that potentially want to be that are potential confidential informants, which means that these people will work for me. In order to hire them, you click on a prisoner, then in his folder you click on experience, where here you're going to see all his reform programs if he failed them or succeeded them. And there's going to be a bar here, like recent misconduct with what it is. And if he wants to be a confidential informant, it's going to say recruit informant. And then what happens is that his name will come up here with idle, and if you click on it, you can activate him and stuff will happen. And I'm going to do the same with this guy. So, got a stoical, tough guy, huh? And it seems that the 6 prisoners that came in don't have any reputation. So I don't have to worry. But they're gonna line up nice and nice over here. Nice and nice, yes. I best speak it. Well, we had a guy try to escape. Luckily I did find it. Come on, guards, collect them. Here you go. We'll look into that later. Actually, that is contraband, I guess, dropped by people. So yeah, as you can see, their clothes are getting removed, and on the table you've got the new prisoner uniforms. They're gonna get strip searched. They found some poison already on this guy, which means that he's instantly gonna go into solitary for 6 hours. What? They're gonna get their uniforms, and then they're gonna be shipped off to either their cells or solitary if they have found any contraband. So now that I have 6 of those guys, I can do a grant called Crackdown on Drugs. I need to find 10 illegal narcotics, but I'm not gonna do that yet. What I'm going to aim for is the one grant that in my Alpha 25 and 26 playthroughs I haven't been able to get. And for that, I'm gonna have to spend quite a lot of money. I need to make sure that this is below 500. Instead of 16,896, it needs to be below 500. So, spending money it is. And a fast way to really decrease your money is by building or finishing solitary, because the solitary doors themselves are 500 each. And since I think that's 18 cells in total, it's quite expensive. Also, hello, good boy 34. Yard time. I can give you my bank account, Doomy. Give it then. Bring treasure to your overlord. So the walls are gonna get laid in. Hurry up. Open the door myself because workmen are too stupid. Put the door in or the wall in. There you go. Grab the solitary doors, flip them around.